Can you flip houses without a real estate license? Can you? Do you need a license? Is it important? Is it not important? That is what we're going to be talking about on today's episode. I got some great info for you. Let's go. Okay, in today's episode, I'm going to be telling you all the secrets about flipping with a real estate license. Number two, we're going to talk about the benefits of having a real estate license. If we decide that that's for you. Again, I'm going to tell you all the secrets and tips, and so you'll be able to know if you should or if you shouldn't, but I'm going to give you the benefits of having a real estate license. Number three, I'm going to tell you my story. Like I said, I've had my license for many years, and I have some good and some bad that I want to share with you so that you can decide if this is right for you or if it's not. And then lastly, I'm going to give you the one question that you need to ask yourself to know if you should get your real estate license to flip houses. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about what is flipping. So flipping, fix and flipping. People use this term so much, and there's two different things that what they're talking about when they say this. So obviously there is the fix and flip. I know most of the people have seen HGTV, flip this house, fix and flip this house, and we've all seen those shows. And so that is the typical fix and flip. That is when you purchase a property, you renovate the property, fix it up, update it, and then you sell the property for a profit. That is one version of flipping. Another version of flipping, again, these are just generally, is just flipping the contract, where you get a property under contract, you don't do any repairs to it, and you flip the contract, assign the contract to another investor that most likely will do that fix and flip. Okay, so that's what a fix and flip is. And so when we're talking about flipping, we're talking about, do we need a real estate license? A real estate license is to be a realtor, to be a real estate agent, where you can legally, by your state, have a license to take people out and show them properties and sell them properties and receive a commission, okay? That's the key word, commission. So as a real estate agent with a real estate license, like I have, I can take people around in my car and I can show them houses, and if they purchase that home, I could get a commission, or I could find people that want to sell their home and I can do a listing presentation and say, hey, let me list your house, put my sign in front of your house and sell your house for that. That is the primary reason why you get a real estate license. So as I gave you both of those definitions, do you see where they don't necessarily fit with each other? I told you about fixing and flipping, renovating houses, and then I started talking about, selling houses with a real estate license. So this is why this is the best question, because so many people go get a real estate license when they want to do flipping, or in other words, when they want to be a real estate investor. And you really need to know and understand the difference between the two. So now that I've told you what flipping is and what a real estate license does for you, let me quickly tell you my story. So I have my real estate license and I've had it for very many years. When I first got my real estate license, it was 2006. I was in Georgia. I had a full-time job and I wanted to get my real estate license because even then I wanted to quit my job and not work in, a cubicle, and I wanted to just be free. And I thought having my real estate license was going to be fabulous and I was going to make a ton of money just showing people houses and selling houses. Well, that didn't quite work out because it took so much time. Like, oh my gosh, how much time it took to find clients, driving them all around every weekend, showing them houses. They were very indecisive, trying to convince people to go with my real estate broker. And then here's the crazy part, because I actually was successful. Like, I had a job and I was selling houses. So I was selling like one house per month. And I had decided that my price range was like $300,000 because in the area prices were going up. So on my first deal, I got like a $9,000 commission check. That's what it was supposed to be, because I get 3% for bringing the buyer to buy that house. I drove that guy around in my car and he finally bought it. And so he bought it and it's $300,000. I'm like, I get 3% for me. That's $9,000. Well, no. I did not get $9,000 because my broker that I worked for took like 40%. Okay. So as a real estate agent, there are a ton of fees and you really work for a broker. you're self-employed, but you're not really self-employed, because as a real estate agent, you must have a broker that you work under, and they supervise you and they take part of your commission, okay? I don't care what they say, they take a part of your commission in some way, shape, or form. And in many cases, they take a portion of your commission and they charge you a monthly fee just for them allowing you to work under them. So it just was not as profitable as I thought it was going to be, and it took way more time than I thought. So I'm gonna give you what I did with my real estate license to change all of that around. We're gonna talk about that. I didn't figure it out for a few years, but I have the answer for you. So now let's talk about what happened in my life and how I fixed this and how I'm gonna tell you what you can really do with your real estate license. So that was 2006. I did that for a few years. Market crashed in 07, 08, so blah there. Wasted a ton of money getting my real estate license. I ended up putting my real estate license on inactive status. Then I got training on how to be a real estate investor, and that changed my life. So when I got back into real estate investing, fast forward 2009, 2010, I had my license on inactive status because the person that mentored me and coached me, he did not have his real estate license, and we were doing a lot of wholesaling, and we were in the state of Connecticut, so he was just saying, you don't even need a license, and it's true, you don't, okay? But I ended up going back and getting my license because when I graduated from wholesaling or just flipping contracts to the fixing and flipping, I found that I was able to save money with my real estate license, okay? So this is the benefits that I was talking about. I was able to save money. I was able to find properties and MLS, okay? So in the multiple listing service, that's where all of the real estate agents put all of their houses. Once they get someone to sell their house, they all put it in one system. If you look on Zillow and Realtor, know that those are just houses in MLS that a real estate agent, most likely found a person that wanted to sell. And those are those houses. So I started looking through the MLS using the expired listings, okay? So people's listings that they tried to sell it, they were unsuccessful. I called those people and I was able to start getting some deals with that, okay? That's why one of the ways I use my license, and that was like crazy because they couldn't sell their house. They already tried for months. And by the time they talked to me, they were way more motivated. We talked about that word, motivation. You want people that are motivated, ready to go. And then after I, got the contract, flipped the house, renovated, now I could also sell the house and not have to pay a commission to someone else, okay? So I have my real estate license, I put that sign in front of the house myself, and I sell my own flip, all right? So those are two great ways that I use my real estate license to save money. Now let's get to the fun part, all right? This part is gonna be a little bit scary because I'm gonna tell you something that I'm a little embarrassed to tell you, but I have to because this is the key. We're talking about flipping with a real estate license, or if you should get one. So I'm gonna tell you a horror story of flipping with a real estate license, like what some of the dangers are. So like I said, when you're flipping a house, the key to flipping is buying the property at the right price and finding properties that are at a discount. How do we do that? Again, I made a whole video for you, how to find properties below market value. I put a link to it for you below, you got it. So let's talk about, now we've done that. Well, I had a real estate license, so I was marketing to people with property problems, and and I had a business partner. We found a lady, and she was gonna be moving to a convalescent home, and she sold us the property, she wholesaled it to us, she owned the property free and clear. We flipped the property, okay? We made a ton of money. Once the whole thing was done, the lady's daughter found out that I had my real estate license and that I had bought the property at this really low price, and it really wasn't that low. We really gave her a very fair deal, but the daughter was, looking for money at this point, and she filed a complaint with the real estate commission because I had my license and I bought that property, or say we bought that property. She was unhappy. She felt like, oh, well, my mother could have got more money, and you have a real estate license, and my mother thought you were representing her, all this other stuff. So I had messed up because one of the things that I did not do, that I'm telling you, my God, if you get your license, please do this. Make sure you communicate that you do not represent the seller. That's where you can get in really big trouble. Now, thankfully, I never lost my license. I've never had any sanctions. I'm a model student. I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm a good person. But I almost got in really, really big trouble for this, and I had to fight through this. So I don't want this for you guys. When you have your real estate license, you are governed by the real estate commission in your state. And it's really, really easy for anyone to just file a complaint with them about what you've done and how much money you're making. So, you start making a lot of money, people see, she saw that we had got this house, we had fixed it up, and she just watched it. So she must have known, because she knew how much we paid for the house, and then she knew how much we sold it for. So she was trying to get some of that profit, but we had renovated the house, we had fixed it up, we had done things to earn our profit. Don't get me wrong, we definitely earned our profit. But where I messed up, I really did, and again, no sanctions or anything, is I should have made that lady sign something saying that she knew I didn't represent her as a real estate license, okay? And that is really important if you have your real estate license. And one of the reasons why I actually tell people, if you don't need the real estate license, you might not want to go there, because you're a really easy target if you make a lot of money and they know you have your real estate license. So just something to think about, and I'm gonna give you another secret next too. And so here is the final and secret thing that you need to know if you're deciding, should I get that real estate license for flipping or if I shouldn't? And here is the question that I'm gonna ask you and that you gotta ask yourself. Do you want to be a real estate agent, okay? A real estate license is really for a real estate agent. That's what the license is. It says real estate salesperson. So you sell real estate for a broker. So now that I've explained to you what the license is really for and what the training is really for, you gotta start to think about it, because it's two totally different things. Like being a real estate agent and the training that they give you at real estate agent school versus real estate investor and what we teach and how we look at property, they are not the same. Literally, I'm telling you, I had my license in 2006 and had no idea what I was doing and lost everything like a year or two later. So getting your real estate license does not, I'm telling you, this is Noelle, I love you to death, does not make you a good real estate investor. Real estate agent and the training for real estate agent is totally different. Real estate investor, if you want that education and you want that path, you need to invest in the training for that path. So again, which way do you want to go? Do you want to be showing people houses, driving around in your car, selling them houses? Again, very good money there. I've been a real estate agent. I'm still licensed as a real estate agent in 2 states, okay? But there's things that go along with that. Oh my gosh, I have continuing education, I have board fees, I have broker fees. I pay a lot of money to keep my real estate license. And again, the training and the job is totally different. And then on this side, real estate investor, I make a lot more money, but it sometimes affects what I can do having my license. So you have to have that balance. And so the question that I'm asking you, don't make the mistake Noelle made, even though, I get it, I'm making money now and doing very well. You want to do it the right way. I want to encourage you to not make the mistakes that I made and do it the correct way. So that's the question. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be an agent or do you want to be an investor? I don't know. Which one do you want to be? Let me know. Comment below. Do you want to be a real estate agent or do you want to be an investor? Let me know. I want to see you guys' comment. I read all of them. I reply to them. Let me know. This is a really big decision. This is an important video that I got because, I made for you guys. I got this question so much that I needed to answer this for you all. So comment below. Let's talk about it. Okay guys, so that wraps up this video. I absolutely loved making this video for you guys. I make content for you every single day, releasing videos. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click that little notification bell so that you know when we're uploading videos, which is daily, because like I said, I want to give you enough content where you can make money this year to your success.